go.
Take those friggin' sunglasses off. You're inside, buddy. Jordan Castle conspicuously absent on the rest of the Heartless Kings, but given the track record of the last couple Skyfire Pro
the entirety of Skyfire Lucha Libre,
the lineage, they could be in the rafters for crying out loud. They could be under the ring. They could be anywhere.
Just because they are not here now. In fact, just because they're not scheduled on the card does not mean we will not see Fatal or Flama or J2 Mattioli insert themselves into this matchup. We know we're going to see the playmaker, J2 Mattioli, the king of the Heartless Kings, in action later on tonight because of a challenge issued by Jeremiah Fresh back at Ride the Lightning. It was Fresh who called out Zara Zacher, said, "Zara, we want you as a Heartless King, and if you accept our challenge, you are going to be a Heartless King when J2 Mattioli defeats you later on tonight."
You know, an unexpected ovation for the mom, Michael Hopkins. Mr. Always Winning. But when you're in the ring with a Heartless King, it's hard to really get any worse than that.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I was going to say, we are sans Mickey Rose, so there's very little twerking going on. That might have something to do with it, but Barry, I think you're right. More than anything, against a Heartless Kings, against a Heartless King, excuse me, the boil on the perpetual ass that is Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre, Michael Hopkins could do anything. He could be anyone, and he would get a hero's welcome. That just speaks to the atrocities that the Heartless Kings have committed in this company.
You know, when we talk about confidence perhaps unearned by the Heartless Kings, later tonight, trying to make a claim, trying to get on the ground floor and get another draft pick in the form of Zara Zacher, the petite powerhouse. But right now we're looking at the picture of confidence here in Skyfire Pro.
Yeah, I think I willed it into existence. I really think I jinxed us here, Barry, because I said no pelvic thrust. I said no twerk.
He's going to make up for the both of them.
Yeah, man, isn't he? And Barry, these two no strangers to each other. A bit of a teacher versus student, master versus apprentice situation, despite what Jeremiah Fresh would have you believe.
You know, Jeremiah Fresh, once upon a time, was a doe-eyed, young, hungry wrestler in training. And one of those trainers...
Where's G-Sharpe?
Well, that's a fair enough question. I mean, some cards have to change, but where is G-Sharpe?
G-Sharpe...
In fairness, he went to Uganda.
He did.
That is why he's saying that. No other reason is he saying that.
G-Sharpe participated, a member of the soft ground wrestling roster for a day, went a little viral, did the World Fight of the Neon Ace, originally scheduled for three-way dance action against Fresh and Hopkins. Unable to compete here tonight, but we hope to have G-Sharpe back in the Skyfire Pro ring very, very soon. It begs the question, Barry, as disrespect administered back and forth, how does that adjust the strategy of Hopkins and Fresh? Expecting a three-way dance on very, very short notice, finding out it would be singles competition, that has to change things for both Fresh and
Listen, it
Hopkins.
changes the math equation as we are seeing this disintegrate into a fight, into a dog fight. G-Sharpe, not only one of the most incredible wrestlers on the West Coast and beyond, as we saw in soft ground wrestling in Uganda,
Cover!
also a very close ally and tag team partner of Zara Zacher. Without G-Sharpe in her corner, I wonder how that's going to affect the rest of the night. But as of right now, Michael Hopkins, one of the former trainers of Jeremiah Fresh once upon a time, these two know each other very, very well. And a singles match between these two, as we can see, has already heated up.
Jeremiah Fresh sending Hopkins against the ropes, but Hopkins, the bigger man, able to maintain a base, sending Fresh onto the apron. Fresh catches him.
Right.
But Fresh gets caught. Oh, dangerous place to be, the apron, the hardest part of the canvas, and Hopkins sends him spilling to the outside.
Dangerous territory for anyone to be in. But as we have seen from the Heartless Kings time and time again, just because they're down does not mean they are out. They're willing to resort to anything to get that victory. But look at this. Michael Hopkins!
No! Manages to land on his feet, but Jeremiah Fresh catches him across the face and now sends Hopkins lower back. Digging. That's fresh, baby.
Let us do our job. How about that?
You Jeremiah Fresh maybe spending a few moments too many jaw-jacking to the commentary team, jaw-jacking to the Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre faithful, and Michael Hopkins indeed caught him slipping.
And listen, rolling back out the ring. You want the smoke. He's the chimney.
Well, where there's smoke, there's fire. What the? Jeremiah Fresh mounting off to Mons now. Listen, Jeremiah Fresh, a blue chipper. And despite the attitude, despite how cocky he is, I hate to say it, Barry, in many ways, he can back it up. I don't think he needs the cheating. I don't think he needs the numbers game, the intervention of his brothers in the Heartless Kings. I think Jeremiah Fresh is good enough to beat Michael Hopkins on his own. The question is, does he think he's good enough to beat Michael Hopkins on his own?
Jordan Castle, I could not agree more. This guy at 6'5", former basketball player, he has all the athleticism and skill in the world, and the awareness right now on the outside of this ring, very clearly looking to get it done by any means necessary.
Yeah, but Fresh is sending Hopkins to the backstage area, thrusting Hopkins behind the curtain.
Down to a 6 count now.
Jeremiah Fresh breaking up the count of our official. Clearly wants to keep this thing on the outside. It's dangerous for both men. Jeremiah Fresh, talk about danger, gets caught with the signature scooter of Mr. Always Winning.
Coming down the I-5 like a shot is Michael Hopkins on that scooter. And we were talking about the blue chip stock of Jeremiah Fresh. Let's not forget, he also has the positive record of, I think, anybody in the Heartless Kings. So far, he's winning matches time and again.
And a kick out. He beat an alien.
For crying out loud, I mean, he'll take all comers. But Michael Hopkins is not some outer space creature. He's one of the best that has to offer here in San Diego, here in SoCal.
And again, we talk about unusually positive, unusually warm reception for Michael Hopkins. He is not a hero to the Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre faithful on any other day, and we saw why here, choking Jeremiah Fresh with his own chain. And ironically, despite how much we crow about it, I think that might serve to benefit Michael Hopkins, because unlike so much of the Heartless Kings' usual opposition, he is not afraid to play their own game and take the low roads they take.
Listen, him and Miggy Rose, 24K, one of the most impressive tag teams.
Back body drop. No cheating necessary, and Hopkins writhing around in pain.
But as you said earlier, Jordan, without Miggy Rose here,
cover, very lackadaisical cover, excuse me, Barry.
And that's the point. I mean, listen, they were rolling in and out of the ring. Jeremiah Fresh could have had this match won. He could have allowed a count out. Just a quick victory without as much sweat dropped, blood spilled. He's looking to show a lesson to the entire audience right now.
Looks like choked Michael Hopkins out here. Again, fans, if you've never stepped foot in a professional wrestling ring, if you never fell to a professional wrestling ring, those are not soft pillowy ropes. Those are hard steel cables covered in tape. And Michael Hopkins' throat just got dug into them for 4.5 seconds.
Listen, ain't no giving that bad
cover.
And Jeremiah Fresh, underrated part of his game is strength. We talk about how well-rounded he is, which makes it all the more frustrating that he resorts to tactics like this.
He doesn't need to. J2 Nattioli has gotten in his head. He's saying, we'll take you to the next level. We'll take you to the promised land. As far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen, Jeremiah Fresh doesn't need the Heartless Kings. He either chooses to because he's lazy, or he's been brainwashed by J2.
Wow, look at this!
Looking for a Uranagi there, but Michael Hopkins caught him. That is the one chink in the armor of Jeremiah Fresh. That is the one hole in his game. Sometimes that cockiness means he takes too much time, and Michael Hopkins gonna take advantage of too much time taken.
laying down the smack on Jeremiah Fresh, turning this thing around.
I smell what Michael Hopkins is cooking. Rebounds off the ropes into a big lariat.
Even with his eyes gouged, his back done, his windpipe crushed. Beautiful spinning. Look at this DDT from the basement area.
Cover. And a kick out. Very impressive. Again, got to give the devil his due. Michael Hopkins is a big man. Jeremiah Fresh still able to get that shoulder up.
You know, Michael Hopkins moves with such agility and he makes it look easy. It's not often that he's feeding off the energy of the Skyfire Pro faithful. But right now, as we said, strange bedfellows, your opponent's going to make the dynamic change, and he's looking for that Tiger Driver, perhaps.
Got those arms butterflied. Maybe called the shot a little too early. Fresh shot coming, but gets caught.
Going for the big boot, double underhook, hook back in. Tiger Driver!
Gotta be it. No! Kick out from Fresh.
You know, we talk about a kick out. That was more of a limp or a flop. I mean, he just, with whatever energy he had left, just on his back finally. But
yeah, Jeremiah Fresh is in a very bad way here, Barry. I think it's only a matter of time for Michael Hopkins.
And there could be some trouble in paradise right now. Revving up that scooter, looking for that spin.
No! Jeremiah Fresh able to evade. I think Michael Hopkins, much like Fresh before him, maybe took a second too long calling his shot. Now Fresh off the ropes, drops Hopkins with a boot.
Size 13, big boot right to the jaw.
Big splash.
Off the ropes.
Sky high! Cover! And a kick out from Hopkins.
And that could have been the last of the reserves for Jeremiah Fresh. I mean, he's on his back right now as if he got hit by that spine buster.
Barry, we can say everything we can about how annoying Michael Hopkins is with the dancing and the twerking and tag team partner Miggy Rose. We can talk all we want about how Jeremiah Fresh likes to take the low roads and associates himself with the likes of J2 Mattioli and Fatal and Flama, the Heartless Kings. When you get down to it, when you get down to brass tacks and you cut out all the fluff, these are two fantastic professional wrestlers, showing exactly why. But Barry, our official just got dropped. Our official is down.
Oh, the tactics of Michael Hopkins! It's trouble in paradise connects, but there's nobody home. The ref is down.
Our official knocked out cold. They're not moving.
What is Michael Hopkins looking to do?
I mean, Barry, you got to think that would have been it.
I mean, right on the money, that kick right to the temple. Look at this, we saw him advance in the Skyfire Pro Golden Road Tournament with those chains.
And again, Michael Hopkins not afraid to walk the same low roads as the Heartless Kings.
Could that be it? Could that seal the deal?
Jeremiah Fresh evades. Spear! And the chain goes flying. Jeremiah Fresh wants the chain. One of our ringside attendants was trying to do the right thing and bring it to the back, but Jeremiah Fresh instead wants to give Hopkins a taste of his own medicine.
And that spear to the ribcage, not enough to knock out.
Come on! Hopkins down on his feet.
Uranage, middle of the ring, and the referee saw none of it.
Hopkins said it was over now. Excuse me, Jeremiah Fresh said it was over now, and he was right.
Whether or not the Heartless Kings are in his corner, Jeremiah Fresh repping the brand, coming out on top by hook and especially by crook.
Well, it's not the way you want to see it happen, especially after a fantastic contest between both of these great athletes. But I mean, Barry, this is what I'm saying. I don't think he needs the Heartless Kings. He's there for them. They are not here for him. Guess what? It doesn't matter. He can still get the job done.
Well, whether or not he can get it done cleanly remains to be seen.
It's a different story.
But as of right now, Jeremiah Fresh riding high, victor of this singles competition.
This, as we mentioned, Far from the last we've seen of the Heartless Kings here tonight. Up next, J2 Mattioli, the leader of the Heartless Kings, head-to-head with the petite powerhouse Zara Zacher. And if J2 is victorious, then Zara will be forced to join the Heartless Kings.